Welcome back to the channel, guys. I know it's been a little while. Been about a couple weeks since we posted anything. Been pretty busy doing lots of BMW stuff at the shop on that side. But today I think we got something you guys are gonna enjoy. We're gonna be taking the Queen, the King, and one of our new additions, 60 roll, and we're going to the dyno. Starting with 60 roll here. As some of you guys saw on our last video about having a couple new projects at the shop, 60 roll is one of them. This used to be a customer car. And in the video when we revealed the projects, we talked a little bit about it, kind of showed you guys the car. We did have to do a few things to get it here. We'll be releasing that video here very soon. But what's important right now is that we've got it a very solid base tune. Went over to single bank fueling because this is a single turbo car. It's got the Doc race kit on it with the 6266 currently. There will be a lot of changes coming to it. But we want to take it to the dyno and get a good baseline on it before we start adding port injection and bigger turbo and all of that stuff. So base tune has been data logged on the road and is very solid. So we'll be seeing what it does on the dyno. The King, aka the Outlaw E85 M5, is also going to the dyno today. We'll put the list of performance modifications that we've done to this M5 on the screen here. And I'll go over it real quick. But basically it's got the APE E85 kit with Ferrari 599 injectors and a pair of Marlboro 255 fuel pumps. On top of that, it has the Dyno throttle bodies off of the Dyno M5, along with Infinity Design matte carbon fiber intakes, Turner underdrive pulley. The exhaust has secondary cat delete, muffler delete, resonator delete, and the manifolds are gutted. We do need to stop and get some ethanol for it before we go to the dyno, but it'll be really interesting to see what this car does. Last time we took one of the Outlaw M5s to the dyno with the E85 kit, we had some issues at around 7,000 RPM, but thinking now that we've upgraded the fuel system on it, this one should be good to go, fingers crossed. And of course, we can't take 60 in the King without taking the Queen. As some of you know, the Queen is our first E60 M5 part out rescue car. We got it as a strip shell. It had 4 doors and 2 rear quarter panels. Everything else we installed on it, from bumper to bumper, from brakes, suspension, engine, transmission, front fenders, hood, bumper. We have a video that goes into pretty good detail about everything we did with this car to get it to where it's at. And even though this Outlaw M5 was quite a bit of work and effort to get it to where it is, I don't feel like it was a complete rescue like this one, because this one was destined for the junkyard. But if you want to know more about the Queen and how we took a completely stripped, parted out E60 M5 and turned it from that into this, then definitely check out the video on it. We'll have a link in the description. The important thing to know right now though is that the Queen here has the engine and transmission out of the original Outlaw M5, the Indianapolis red one. We did take that Outlaw M5 to the dyno. So we know about what it's gonna do when we took it to the dyno before. So I'm interested to see what it'll put down, especially because we have not dynoed this engine and transmission without E85. Since the Dyno throttle bodies are on the King, the Queen will be going to the dyno with the HDE Performance Tune, along with Infinity Design gloss carbon fiber intakes, gutted stock manifolds, 3-inch exhaust from the manifolds all the way back, cat delete, muffler delete, resonator delete with an X pipe, the underdrive pulley, and not that this will matter at the dyno, but both of the Outlaw M5's have the Euro SMG tune. 60 roll will be going to the dyno with the Doc Race top mount single turbo kit, fitted with the Precision 6266 turbo, a custom tune from HTE Performance Tuning, Stage 2 low pressure fuel pump, BRSF intercooler and charge pipe, and it's tuned on E40. So I'm very interested to see what this car will do. The previous owner has always said about what he thinks it should do, and we kind of know about what it should do, but it'll definitely be interesting to see what it does with the built motor, slightly different internals, and then with a 6266 on it. We do have quite a few plans for this car, including upgrading the fuel system, different intake, bigger turbo, the list goes on. Our main goal for today on it is just to get a baseline, since it's never been on the dyno before, even since the single turbo kit's been on there, so nobody knows what it will do. And we've been looking forward to getting this thing on the dyno and properly tuned for quite some time. So it should be pretty interesting, taking two E60 M5's and a single turbo N54 to the dyno at the same time. What could go wrong? First thing we need to do is fuel all of them up. These two are going to be running pump E85, so we need to stop and get that, along with filling up the Queen. So let's get the cold starts going and head out. They've all made it to the dyno. Let's go in and see which one we're going to do first. First up on the dyno is our Outlaw M5 that is on E85. So we're going to get it up on the lift here, calibrate it, and then we'll be able to do some pulls. Now that the calibration is complete, we're getting BMW loggers set up. This is what we use to data log any of the MSS65 DME cars, so the E60 M5, E63 M6. Now that we have BMW logger hooked up and the dyno calibrated, let's do a pull and see what the first Outlaw M5 puts down. Honestly, we were a little bit disappointed with this one. The numbers that it's putting down are closer to a tuned but stock S85. This car should be doing closer to 450, 455 without the E85 on it and the dyno throttle bodies. So let's do another pull and see what we put down. Here's the graph from the second pull. Looks like we did about the same numbers, 426 on horsepower, 333 on torque. If you notice on both of these graphs, on the higher RPM, we're getting a little bit of turbulence there. We'll have to look over the logs with HTE and see exactly what's going on, but the last two pulls have been in 4th gear. Ideally, we want to be in the gear closest to 1-to-1, which is 5th gear. And on a lot of dynos, these cars will outrun it because it'll be going over 160 miles per hour. But we just found out that this dyno had a Hellcat on it that did 180. So we're going to do a 5th gear pull just to see what it does. For horsepower, we got 422, and then the torque was 330. Looking at the graph here, it looks like the peak was between 7,400 and 7,800, depending on the run. Again, there's some turbulence going on in the top end we'll have to look at, but let's get the queen in and see what she puts down. Next up on the dyno is the queen. First pull on the queen is complete. I don't know if you guys could tell over the video, but it is quite a bit louder than the king. The 2 1/4 exhaust to 3-inch, just that little bit of change makes quite a bit of difference. But let's look at the numbers here. First pull, we got 424 for horsepower and 332 for torque. Not too bad. Last time we ran this motor and engine setup on the dyno, it had E85 on it and did 431 for horsepower. So that's pretty good. Either that or the E85 isn't doing much. So let's do another pull on it and see what we get. All right, pull number 2, 422 and 329. And just like on the other Outlaw M5, this one is also showing a little bit of turbulence on the graph towards the top end. So we're gonna have to get with HT and review that, kind of make a game plan going forward. Since both these cars are gonna be going under some changes, not too concerned about it, but these numbers definitely need to go up quite a bit. Alright, both the Outlaw M5's are dynoed. They did really close to each other. It was like 426 and 424. Pretty good. Kind of questioned the E85 in this, even though the Outlaw M5 only had up to like E45 in it. So, pretty cool that they're both over 400 and consistent with each other. We got the single turbo car on there right now. We're gonna have that on that Outlaw Euro channel. I'll have both the M5s plus the single turbo car. We're keeping this channel for just our E60 M5s and other S85 stuff we got going on. So the Outlaw M5s are back at the Outlaw headquarters. So overall, that was pretty successful. If you want to see what the single turbo car did, check out the Outlaw Euro channel, because this one is about these two. So like I said, overall it went pretty good. No issues with either one of them. When we took the red E60 M5 to the dyno, it had fuel cutoff at 7,000 RPM. Both of these went to the RPM that we were targeting. So the fuel pump on this one is definitely working good with the E85. On the upgraded pumps, we have a DIY on that. And speaking of E85, kind of disappointed that this car has the Dyno throttle bodies and the E85 kit. And this one, the only difference between the two besides those is this one's got the 3-inch exhaust from the manifold back, and this one still has the factory diameter exhaust. So, and where the issue comes in is that this car here should have done quite a bit more than that one. So on the way back from the dyno, we were thinking about it, and we decided that this M5, we're gonna make a little special dyno series on. If you guys are interested, definitely let us know in the comments. Take our E85 M5 here, get it tuned on 93 octane, just 100% 93, kind of push a little bit. They're on some very safe tunes right now. So the plan is to kick the tune up a notch with just 93 in it, and then take actual E85, probably from VP Racing, go there and then run it solely on E85 and see what the difference is between the 93 tune and the E85. Because if it's not making any power, then no point in having it on the car. If it is making power, then we're probably gonna switch the Dyno throttle bodies back to the Dyno M5 here, and most likely put the E85 on it also. The thinking behind putting the E85 kit and the Dyno throttle bodies on this car, besides it needing them for points and everything, is because this car is going to be getting some Infinity headers here in about a month or so. We're also going to be doing a Infinity Designs headers installation DIY revisited video, because the last time we did them was at the old shop, and this one, though it doesn't have the best lighting, definitely has better lighting than the other shop. And there's a few things that we want to share with you guys on that, since it is one of our higher view DIYs. And also, sorry about the videos taking a little bit longer to get released, with having to fix all the BMWs on that side of the shop. Sometimes it's a little bit challenging to record and edit and everything for this side of the shop, but we do have daily uploads on Instagram for this car, BMW E92 Outlaws, and then both of these cars have their own Instagram, E60 M5 Outlaws, where we post onto it daily. It's all short form stuff, but if you can't get enough of them, definitely go there. And if that's still not enough, we've got some merch. We've got a few items on the website just for the Queen. So we got the Queen on the front here, you got me down again, and the Outlaw Euro logo on the back. These are the first items we've made just for the Queen. And both of those are available on the Outlaw Euro website. And don't worry, if you're a fan of the King here, back in stock, the Outlaw Euro t-shirt with the King on the front. You know these jet tags don't come with it, but they're also available on the website. Thank you guys for watching. As always, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button.